Hi, this is Lucy and welcome to Moonbase Alpha. If you're wondering why there are trees on the moon, I didn't say this was our moon. This is a pretty straightforward build. The only thing that might stump some people is that you need to make a blueprint. I do have videos on how to make this small round blueprint. I will link them down below, one with catwalks, one without. If this is something that you are interested in, please stay tuned. I honestly do not know what prompted me to build this. I don't know. I started building this before the update, and there was something I wanted to do that I wasn't able to do, and so I sort of put a pin in it for a few weeks until we got the relaxed building. And yeah, if you don't know, you can. These are clean space helmets. You can sometimes buy them from the vendor bot, the travelling one, and the space suits come from the module that Ren is at Crater, in a cabinet opposite her. You can pick those up. I use this door. Obviously we kind of have an airlock. This is my workshop. I did want the holographic globe, but I don't actually have the plan on this character. So I've used these vault doors. The build sets I've used are basically the vault, the House of Tommorow, and the casino. This is where these windows come from. Unfortunately, some of the aliens do... oh, I can't kill Bambi. Well, just ignore him. Right. There is an animal spawn point here.
I was wondering if you were coming back.
No, I thought I'd just stay outside until I asphyxiate. Right, anyway. This is the living area. I originally just made this a bedroom, and then realised I had no kitchen, so we have a kitchen as well. I have the new soup thing. Although I think most of my characters actually run with carnivore. I didn't go over the top with the decor in here. There's not too much clutter. There are other places where there is more clutter. This is the bathroom. Fairly basic. Because I wanted this to be mirrored, I put a room here, and in here we have the freezer, some storage, and I did put a cryogenic bed. So, sorry, it's mine. If anything goes wrong, you're on your own, love. Excuse me, Bambi. In here we have sort of research. Autopsy table. I really wish we had desktop computers like a laptop. You can merge in, but they just don't look very modern. I don't know. This I am just using as a decoration. I have locked it, mainly because she keeps opening it. I'm always wary of locking things in my camps, because obviously people get wanted. If you have the auto unlock card, yeah, it's very easy to unlock stuff and get wanted. This is the biodome, and this was the thing I struggled with, because I couldn't, before the update, I could not get the dome with a foundation to actually merge and intersect with this wall, which you need to make it airtight. So I ended up having to put a square foundation on, because a small circle was too small and a big circle was too big. So I've merged all these alien plants in here, and we have a bit of a kind of chemistry lab here for that. I am nearly at max budget, to be honest. I could probably get a little bit more clutter in, but not a lot. So, as I said, it's not particularly complicated. It's kind of fun. If you don't know where we are on the map, I mean, I think it's fairly clear we're in the Toxic Valley. We are to the right of Clarksburg. I have built here a couple of times.
I can't believe that beacon belonged to Emerson.
Should have made you quiet, shouldn't I? She'll be gone in a minute.
So,
Oh, Bambi's stuck in a wall. Oh well. He'll be free in a minute when I replace the camp module. Okay, so now I will show you how I built it. Sometimes it's difficult in the Toxic Valley to see where the camp sort of line is. Now, the length of this fits pretty much the entire camp width. So find an edge to put your blueprint, and I'm going to start with this blueprinted small circle. So this is my small circle blueprint. If you don't have this blueprint, I will put links down below to 2 ways to do it, one with catwalks and one without. I'm going to place this right at the edge of the camp if I can. It's a bit difficult because it's not sort of letting me go outside of the circle very far. Try it from the other side. Might be easier. Now obviously this area is not flat, so it's you can't have it too low. I prefer to have my piece in the middle going orthogonally rather than diagonally, although it doesn't really make much difference. So you may end up having to replace this a few times if you can't get the height and the position right. I figured these would be much easier to place now because of the relaxed building, and I have placed one on a different build. Right. It's not really going in the direction I wanted, this one. Right. I want it so that that is sort of facing towards the middle. If I go that way, it's sort of cutting an arc, whereas I want it in the middle. So this will be the door. Now, we had one foundation for the airlock. I could have actually come a bit further away, but might struggle to get the stairs in. I'll try it. So I pretty much used this white tile, which I struggle to find flaws on this. I think I would have preferred to have them flat and facing so you get a full picture or full view of the floor. I used the vault tile. Yeah, I think I'm not going to get a ladder in there, am I? Although, to be honest, I have noticed actually that right, it says it's outside the build area. Right, we have to redo this. So I'm trying it from the side now because I've had problems placing this so that I can get, bearing in mind that the outside foundation is where you're going to be putting a step because that foundation will flip in. So you need it close to the edge but not actually on the edge because we need to put steps up. And hopefully... And be aware also that when a deer walks in, that you won't be able to place your blueprint. It took me ages to work out that it was actually one of the deer that was causing me a problem. This is the hardest thing in the entire build. For most of this build, I use this white tile. If you don't have this, I did really want to use the white Vault-Tec ones, but they look really odd on in the round building. It's up to you. I mean, you could use them for the rest of the build. They've got these really nice white foundation sides. I really wish when they did different foundations like this, with the sides being a different colour, that we could have them with everything, because I did notice I got a new one recently. Might be at the end, actually. These are not in alphabetical order. Oh, this is the Coalwood floor. I don't actually like the floor, but I really like the brick foundation. Why do they do this? Honestly. Never mind. Bethesda. Right, so that is that. We are going to go... We're going to go 3 back. 1... Oh, come on. Please don't make me shoot you. Oh, for goodness sake. I thought if I maybe shot about a bit, they'd run away, but unfortunately I forgot that I'm playing on a custom world with an explosive weapon. So... your globe will go here, but we'll put that on. Your dome will go here, but we'll put that on afterwards. Actually, I think I've miscalculated. 1, 2, 3. Right. Those will be the bathroom and the storage rooms. This is the corridor to the science lab, or the science wing, and the living area. And then the living areas are 2 by 3. Or the wings are 2 by 3. And we need one here for the corridor to the dome, but we're not going to put that on yet. Okay, double walling. You can in most cases. I think you will in all of these cases. If you don't have catwalks, you can use a foundation to double wall. I'm going to use a catwalk because I am feeling lazy. So... just go around and double wall all of the walls apart from this column, because we're going to be doing something different. Everything else will just be a standard full-size double wall. I'm going to use the Vault-Tec set just to show you. The wall layout. That is the first corridor. Doesn't matter because we will be double walling. This is going to be a doorway into the bathroom. You have to be careful when double walling now, because you can actually place a wall in the same position that the wall already exists, so you have two going the same way. And you can also just completely miss the foundation. There is a doorway here, or this will be a door. And this will be a door. We also need to put half walls in here, here, and all the way along here. You can use, because if you're wallpapering, you can use any set you like. I'm just using this one, which is the House of Tommorow. And we need top wall arches. I can't remember if I used glass or not. You can use any set you like. I am not going to put the roofs on until the end. Whoops. Make sure everything is where it's meant to be. Then just go around and double wall using either a catwalk or a foundation. I am going to use a catwalk. I'm going to go to recent. Don't forget that we need to double wall the small circle or the octagon, exactly the same. To double wall these, you can't do it with the catwalk. Well, it's easier to do it with foundation. Just place, and I haven't tried it with this set, but I've tried it with a few others and it seems to just work. Same along the fronts of these sections. That one is done what I said can happen sometimes. It has gone into the same position as the existing wall, so watch for that. You should be able to see from the top if it's double walled, because you can see there's two. Right. As you can see, I have enough space to get my dome in just. Now, the way I have managed to merge this is just, I put it down to start with, and then I fine tune it. I found that much easier than trying to place it accurately, although it's being a bit of a pain. You can change the placement to collide or free place. Free place is much more forgiving. Be aware that you have to have enough clearance so that you can walk through the door. And you also want to make sure that it is completely straight. That doesn't look too bad. I think it can go to the right slightly. You'll probably find that most of this metalwork is going to be covered with wallpaper. Not all of it. So I might have to move this back slightly and possibly down slightly. I also need to make sure that I can get a door in there. Come on, behave. It's because I'm in wallpaper, not edit. That's better. And it is completely sealed. Let's just check we can get a door in. At least it's quite light here. I used to come up here early in the game. The game used to be a lot... It's changed. It was too dark. It was too light. They keep changing it. But it was very dark in the beginning. And you couldn't see enemies that were about to bushwhack you. Camp pieces, doors. I used the vault door. I need to go back to snap. And that will go in. There we go. So that's how you get your dome on. So we need to put some walls around here for the airlock and double wall those. And we need some steps. I think I used, well, I don't think I'm going to be able to replicate what I did because I have noticed stairs will no longer go like this, where you can't use them as steps any longer because the item is not visible. It's because part of the item is underground or more than half of it. This has actually been causing me some real problems on another build. I'm assuming that means at the moment that there is no easy way to go underground. I mean, I suppose asymptomatic would work because you can still merge items into the ground. Yeah, it's rather annoying. So we can use these steps, or probably the cement ones would be better. Maybe those ones. So that is a bit of a pain. I'm going to put wallpaper all the way around, inside and out, which is going to take far too long. So you don't have to watch it. I used this wallpaper, the Modern Home wallpaper. I appreciate some of you probably don't have it because it was an Amazon Prime giveaway, but use whatever you want. You could use dark grey as opposed to white or cream, whatever you want. And I use this pretty much everywhere. Right, I think I've got everything. I will be leaving the roofs till last. Part of the reason is I have noticed that you can double wall these, which I did, without destroying or using a flamer trap. But if you have a roof on, it's difficult. So I just decided I would leave the roofs till the last. I'm going to change this up to a window. Now with these you have to turn them into a full wall first before you can replace them with anything else. It's a bit like the pavilion set. It's use one of these windows and the same on the inside. It's changed it to that because it's a different build set. How weird. Right. So windows sort of at 90 degrees to the door. We also need windows on these pieces here. And on the inside. Like so, exactly the same over on the other side because they're mirrored. The rest you can either make plain if you do not have it, or you can put strategic windows in using the casino set. So it should look something like this now. Right, next we are going to flatten these roofs. I'm going to be using, so I'm going to use the replace to replace them with the House of Tommorow roof and just put the flat one in. Don't know why it does this. It normally is well behaved and it will keep. I think it's if it detects this one. I don't know what it's doing. Flatten these out, replace them with whatever you want to use. And we're going to put a glass one in the middle. To do that, grab a wall, a full wall, It's facing inwards towards you. Grab a roof, glass roof, and just attach it to that. Well, hopefully. It's trying to attach to, there we go. Is that it? No, don't know. It's trying to attach to lots of different things. I can't actually see if it's attaching. I'm crouched because there were scorpions. Right, let's have a quick look. Oh, you're being an absolute pain. If you want to make sure it's central, we might have to lift some of these roofs up so we can actually see that it's attaching. I didn't foresee this being a problem. Right, hopefully now we put a glass roof on. Oh. I am still cursed with the up and down thing. Right, there we go. It's attached to the wall, so it's in the middle. And then we can replace these with the flat ones. I'd known that was going to be an issue. Put the middle wall on first before you flatten the roofs. Got your glass with the panel centered. We can change these floors up. They are a bit glitchy, I'm afraid. Again, this is the vault tile. If you do not have the vault sets, as in the walls, you can get those for free by going up to Vault 51, which is up here. To the left of the vault door, you'll see a notice board for a shelter, and there is a hatch, a kind of regular shelter hatch, if you know what I mean. And in there you can get your shelter and it will give you the vault walls and foundations. I believe you won't get catwalks or I think you get the staircases though. Have a look anyway if you don't have them. So for the rest of the roofs, I used the House of Tommorow roof obviously and the glass roof. If you don't have this one, there is, I think, Triumph, I always want to call it, well, anyway, Triumph Terrace. When you're placing these roofs, try and get them to go in the same direction. I just think it looks better, but obviously not all of you are as OCD as me. So put all of these flat roofs on. Oh, it's always one. At least it didn't go very far. Right. We just need glass roofs for these pieces, angled glass roofs. Because the base is so big, I did end up having to put 2 generators in. I think I put one in the floor here, but it didn't reach or one. Actually, I think when I placed the generators, I didn't have the bathroom in. So you might get away with it. I think I placed a generator here in this corridor beyond the circle, but the lights on here were not lighting up, so I ended up having to place 2 generators. It's up to you. You might find a better spot than I did. One last thing, I suppose, I mean, I think if you've been experimenting with this, to make the garden, all I did was take a dirt tile, and even in Snap, you don't even have to go in. It will just go through like so. Try and make sure it's lined up. That'll do for this. And then just place your plants in there. They are conveniently under decorations, lawn and garden. I tried to use the most alien looking ones that I could find. So things like this. These will just sit on because they have these exposed roots. I found them. They're here. They're under the mini nuke planter. You have these things. Now, if you want to place those in the ground, just change the snap to free, and then it's being a pain. Of course, it's being a pain. Bring it towards you. Just lower them into the ground like that. You might have to have your viewpoint out of the dome, but you can obviously see through it. So that is how I did that. So that is pretty much it, I think. I don't think these steps look wrong. I might swap mine out on my real world build. I did use some of the vault lighting. I have to confess, I'm not that keen on it. Oop, I missed a doorway. Never mind, don't look at that. And there. There are so many walls in this, it's easy without doing a walk around to miss a few. Although it does look like I actually managed to get all the wallpaper on. Don't forget to add your vault doors in all your doorways. And if you have it, obviously the big kind of so close to the build area. The aquarium door on the front, which won't go in. Oh, because I'm in this free place. There we go. It will go in. So, if you have any kind of random trees or stuff that you don't want, put plants down, put a satellite dish down, whatever you want to disguise them. So I've had to re-record this part of the video because apparently my microphone became disconnected, so I waffled on for a bit. One of the things I was going to suggest, if you like the layout of this, it would actually make a good spaceship if you wanted to do it sort of off the ground. You could put top wall arch and just a half wall in here to make that a cockpit. Not 100% sure what you'd do with the dome. Obviously you wouldn't be able to use the one with the foundation, and I'm not sure how you would get floors in it, but it's just something. It's an extra added bonus if it's something that interests you. So a quick update. It's obviously transitional weather now, which means I am sick. I just seem to have been sick for 2 months, just cycling through various things, and the wet makes my asthma worse. I'm being photobombed. I actually came over the other side. He's obviously following me. You quite often get a trader visit this spot. It's weird because I've built sort of about 40 feet away and I've never had a trader there, so I don't know why, but I constantly get a trader here, which is kind of useful, although a bit immersion breaking. So anyway, I'm currently working on a Halloween build. I'm hoping to get that out at the beginning of October. It is, of course, something different yet again. I always do at Halloween because, as far as I'm concerned, if you've built one haunted house, you've built, that's enough. I have another build I'm working on, and hopefully I'll get that out in a week or so, which should take us up to October. So anyway, if you have any comments or questions, please post them down below. I hope you have fun with the build. I hope you like it. That is all from me today. Thank you for watching.